Okay. So next topic is human heart. Let us describe few the very important things about the heart. The first one is the heart is derived from which of the germinal layer? First. Yes? Yes. So the human heart is mesodermally derived. Mesodermally derived means it is derived from the mesoderm germinal layer. And what is the location of heart?
Left side.
Huh? Left side of body. Hill side is where it is? So it is present in the mid of the thoracic cavity and slightly tilted towards left side. Right? Slightly tilted towards the left side. So location, so in between thoracic cavity or in the middle of the thoracic cavity and slightly tilted towards left. ಇನ್ನು ಕೆಲವರು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ ನನ್ನ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ನಿನಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಅದು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಕೊಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅವರು, ರೈಟ್? So this is what the location of the heart. Then what is the size of the heart? Yes, it is of clenched fist. Okay, size is of clenched fist. What do you mean by clenched fist? Musti cut. Left or right? Left one, right? So it is of the clenched left fist. It is same here, but as it is slightly tilted towards the left, okay, in order to denote that one, the left one we refer, okay. It is same here, both will be of the same size only. So this is what regarding its location, size and the derivation of the heart, from where it is derived. Next, with respect to its anatomical structure. Yes, heart is well protected within the thoracic cavity, right? And it is covered by means of an double layered membrane. What the double layered membrane is called as? Heart is protected by double layered membrane. Yes, what the double layered membrane is? Pericardium, right? Double layered membrane which is called as pericardium. So how many layers are present in this pericardium? 2 layers are there, right? In this pericardium, okay, as there are 2 layers are present, this pericardium, the outer pericardium and inner pericardium. What is pericardium are called as? Outer one is called as visceral pericardia or visceral pericardium. So outer one is called as visceral pericardium. Visceral or parietal. Outer one is called as parietal, right? Outer one is called as parietal pericardium. Inner one is called as visceral pericardium. So this outer pericardium is made up of what the outer pericardium is made up of? This outer pericardium, so which is made up of, this one is made up of again 2 layers within that one. Again 2 layers made up of the outer fibrous tissue and inner squamous epithelium. And inner pericardium, it is made up of squamous epithelium only. It is made up of squamous epithelium. Okay, so this is what the protective layer around the heart called as a pericardium. Between these two layers there is a space present, what it is called as pericardial cavity. So in between these two layers, a space present called as the space present, which is called pericardial cavity. Yes, this pericardial cavity filled with the fluid called as a pericardial fluid. Filled with pericardial fluid. So what is the function of this pericardial fluid? It acts as a shock absorber. So this pericardial fluid acts as shock absorber and protects heart from the mechanical shocks or the sudden jerks. Okay. So make a note of these points. Later we can discuss the structure of the heart. So the externally, okay, the septum which divides the atria anteriorly. What it is called as? No, not the septum. External division. External one. So which divides the atria and then the ventricles. This is called as coronary sulcus, which is called as a coronary sulcus, which divides the ventricles. It is called as, this one is called as a interventricular sulcus. Okay. So where do you find the presence of coronary sulcus and interventricular sulcus? Means on the external side of the heart, which divides the atria with the ventricles is called as coronary sulcus, and then the both ventricles is called as interventricular sulcus. Now let us discuss atria ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ division ಇರಲ್ಲ, external division ಇರಲ್ಲ. Okay, now let us discuss regarding the anatomical structure of the heart. Okay, let's label the parts now. So this one is called as right atrium, and this is left atrium, right? And this one is left ventricle, and this is right ventricle. Okay. Sinoatrial node. This is atrioventricular node, and these structures are chordae tendineae, right? And these muscles are papillary muscles, and this valve is tricuspid valve, and this is bicuspid valve. Bicuspid valve is also called as mitral valve. This is superior vena cava. This one is inferior vena cava. This is an apex of heart. Bundle of is. This is aorta. These are pulmonary artery. These are pulmonary veins. So these are yes. Purkinje fibers. Okay. Let us discuss its structure now. Is this okay? Shall we start? Okay. The human heart is made up of how many chambers? 4 chambers are there. What are those? 2 atrium, right? Left and then the right atrium, and then left and right ventricles. So total 4 chambers are there. So human heart has 4 chambers. What are those 4 chambers? The upper 2 chambers are called atria. The plural form is atria. That is left and right atrium. So singular form is atrium. Then lower 2 relatively large chambers are called as the lower 2 relatively large chambers. These large chambers are ventricles. Ventricles, right? So these ventricles are also the left ventricle and then the right ventricle. So like this you can see the presence of how many chambers? 4 chambers are present. Clear? Yeah, lower 2 ventricles, upper 2 atria. These chambers are well separated by the septum. Okay, what those septums are called as? Let us see that now. Idu barkondidiralva? This one. Make it fast. See, these chambers are well separated by the septum. That is, see, upper 2 chambers are called as, what are those? Right atrium and then left atrium. Then lower 2 are right ventricle and then left ventricle, right? The septum which separates the atrias. This septum is called as interatrial septum. And the septum which separates the ventricles is called as interventricular septum. Interventricular septum. And the septum which separate the atria and ventricles of the same side, means right side as well as the left side. This is called as atrioventricular septum. Interatrioventricular septum. So which is called as interatrioventricular septum. So three type of septum are present in the heart, which separate the chambers, or which separate the heart into four chambers, or which divide the heart into four chambers. Okay, the common one is atrioventricular septum for both left as well as the right side, and then between the atria and the upper side, interatrial septum is present, and at the lower side between the ventricles, interventricular septum are present. Okay. So among these four chambers, which of the heart chambers are having thick wall? Ventricular walls are thick. So atrial walls are thin, and ventricles or ventricular walls are thick. And here we got to know that one interatrioventricular septum is present, that is separating the atria and ventricles of the same side, right? So if here the atria is present, here ventricle is present, right? Between them the separating layer is called as interatrioventricular septum. That interatrioventricular septum, okay, has opening into ventricles. These openings are called as AV walls. What those are called as AV walls, right? AV walls. That is the atrioventricular wall. So as it is having three cusps, so it is called as a tricuspid wall. So between right atrium and right atrium and right ventricle, openings in interatrioventricular septum, which is called AV wall. And when it is present between the right atrium and then the right ventricle, now it is, as it is contains three cusps, so it is called as a tricuspid wall. That is tricuspid wall. Why? Because it is having a three cusp. Similarly, between left atrium and left ventricle bicuspid wall present. So what are the functions of these walls? That is a tricuspid wall or the bicuspid wall, which comes under AV walls only, atrioventricular walls only. So what are the functions of these walls? Opening of respective atria into the respective ventricles. Okay. So bicuspid wall is also called as a mitral wall. Okay. Then with respect to their structure here, so where they are present, these are the bicuspid wall and this is the tricuspid wall, right? So their openings into the ventricles are at the point of their contact are opening into the ventricles. So they are connected by means of fibers. What these fibers are called as chordae tendineae. So what are the functions of the chordae tendineae then? What are the functions of chordae tendineae? See, the one end of the AV wall, is attached to caudate tendinae, and other end of that caudate tendinae is attached to the papillary muscles. Or one end of the caudate tendinae is attached to the opening of AV valves into the ventricles, and other end of the caudate tendinae is attached to the papillary muscles. So the presence of these caudate tendinae prevents collapse of the AV valves back into the atria during a strong ventricular contraction. When the ventricle contract, blood tries to attempt backflow into the atria. At the time, these AV valves may collapse back into the atria or atrium. So that can be prevented in the presence of caudate tendinae, right? That is what the function of the caudate tendinae. Let's write that now. Caudate tendinae is attached to AV valve at one end and to papillary muscles at another end. So what is their function? And they prevent collapse of AV valve into atria during ventricular contraction. That is what the function of caudate tendinae. What these caudate tendinae are? What type of tissue they are? Actually, they are ligaments. Those are the ligaments. So, like atrioventricular septum, or like AV valves, opening of